Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Fox Reacts. Today we're checking out a vid from Con EX. What if we gave Johto Pokemon Gym Leaders Digimon Partners featuring Peking Magic. And this is actually would be classed as the second part of the series of turning Digidestined into Gym Leaders and Gym Leaders into Digidestined. You can actually see right here that I got the second part of it as well. So we're gonna watch this, then I'll upload it, and then we'll be back for this. Why don't we keep hitting my microphone, damn it? And make sure you also check out the first part as well. Wait, did I even react to that? Man, I don't remember. Let's just hop in.
Previously on X-Men.
Well, that actually transitions us perfectly into the next thing, and that is if there is not a Digimon Survive release date at Digimon Con, I'm making Pokemon videos.
Okay, cool. No sign of release. Here we go.
Well, a promise is a promise. So, on today's video, let's give the Pokemon Johto Gym Leaders Digimon Partners.
Awesome. Glad to be here.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And yes, following on from my collaboration with Brandon from Pragmagic, where we gave the Kanto Gym Leaders and Ash Ketchum Digimon Partners.
Well, never mind.
Today I'm doing the same with the Johto Gym Leaders. And if you're wondering what the 02 Digidestined Pokemon teams might look like... Huh? What's going on?
Prepare for trouble.
No, that is as much Team Rocket music as I can play without getting a copyright strike.
Well, did you really think that you could do a Pokemon Digimon crossover without me?
You're doing 02 Digidestined Pokemon teams over on your channel?
Yes. Karn, you really know how to take the fun out of things.
Oh,
looks like Pragmagic blasting off again!
Oh, come on. Bring him
So
back.
starting with Faulkner, he is of course a flying-type gym leader. His primary team in Gen 2 and Gen 4 comprising of Pidgey and his ace Pidgeotto. He does expand that team in his HGSS rematch though to include a variety of bird Pokemon. To quote Bobopedia, Faulkner is known as the elegant master of flying Pokemon. Faulkner is adored as a cool and handsome trainer. Faulkner reveres his father and aspires to follow in his footsteps to become the greatest bird Pokemon master. And he, of course, hands out the Zephyr badge. So that cool, handsome thing I would like to factor in a little bit and choose a cool Digimon to give him, although I kind of think all Digimon are cool.
I'm sorry.
As such, I've decided his Digimon partner, Rookie, will be the original version of Falcomon. It fits Faulkner visually better than the other bird rookies like Biomon and Pomumon in my opinion, and I specifically picked the original version as it doesn't have the ninja aesthetic introduced in the 2006 Falcomon. Faulkner isn't Koga after all. From there, I would have his Falcomon, yeah, because he's Faulkner. Is it Falkner? I've just been saying Faulkner my whole life, but now I've given him a Falcomon. I think I've just realised he might be Faulkner. Did they say Faulkner in the anime? Oh no!
No. What? It's so long. Oh no. Crash.
2,000 years later.
The anime said Faulkner, I'm going with Faulkner.
Okay, let's
Either way, from there I would have his Falcomon become Owlmon to match the Hoothoot in his anime team, and the Noctowl in his HGSS rematch team. Then, from an armor champion, we move to a hybrid ultimate with Zephyrmon. I'll be honest, my main motivation for this pick was that its dub name is Zephyrmon, and Faulkner hands out the Zephyr badge. It does seem a bit at odds that given his Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver main teams are comprised entirely of males, but his teams outside of those appearances are seen to be both male and female. And I just think it makes for a far more interesting ultimate. And finally, to retain that humanoid appearance for his Mega, I will give him Valkyremon. Faulkner being a flying-type gym leader, having a bird Digimon partner, that in turn has its own small bird companion in Freya, just feels right in a weird Russian nesting doll way. Next up is Bugsy, the bug-type gym leader of Azalea Town who hands out the Hive badge. His partner I didn't struggle too much with. His initial team in Gen 2 and 4 features Metapod, Kakuna, and Scyther, so I've chosen to give him Kunemon as his rookie to match up visually with both Caterpie and Weedle, the Prevos of course to Metapod and Kakuna. From there I have chosen the most common Kunemon Digivolution, Kawagamon, as an homage in part to his Scyther, them both having cutters, but also the Pinsir and Heracross on his HGSS rematch teams. Then Kawagamon would become Jewel Beamon, a general good insect Digimon but can also be seen as a reference to the Yan Mega on his rematch and Black and White 2 Johto Leaders team, but also the B in its name acting as a hint that ultimately his Mega will be Tiger Vespermon. I chose this because his HGSS rematch team has a Vespiquen on it, but also because his badge is the Hive badge, and of course, almost feel like I'm talking down to you by saying this, but bees live in hives. I also think Tiger Vespermon visually represents the bipedal Scyther and Scissor in his different teams a little bit better than the other bug megas like Grankuagamon would. It's tenuous, but I still think it works. Then is Whitney, the Goldenrod normal type gym leader who gives out the plain badge. Yeah, the name of the badge won't be informing the Digimon this time.
Oh, that Miltank. It would just continue to use
Given that Whitney is a younger girl picked by the league because of her talent but not her tenure, and her gym is filled with other young girls specializing in cute normal type Pokemon, I think our focus here is going to be on cute Digimon, and Digimon that might appeal to young girls, e.g. stuffed animals. As such, I have given her Lopmon as her rookie. It doesn't really match her Clefairy or Miltank, but it does have pink and brown on it, so kinda. It is, however, very cute, and I can definitely see Whitney cuddling it for support in a very similar way to Susie in Tamers. I would then have it digivolve to Bullmon, because I would like to reference Miltank somewhat, even if it is of course a bull, not a cow. There just aren't many outright cow Digimon, plus I didn't want to use Minotaurmon or Vajramon in this line. This Evo does sort of work visually with Lopmon's horns turning into bull horns and the famous rhyme, "How now brown cow?" Listen, yeah, it's a little bit weird, it doesn't fit super naturally, but that's kind of the beauty of Digimon. Pokemon tends to have these much more curated lines, and while that certainly is a thing specifically with like partner Digimon, the other element of Digivolution that's awesome is that it can be very free based on only a few attributes, or sometimes no attributes of the previous Digimon at all.
Introduce a little anarchy.
And from there I want to focus again on cuteness and the stuffed animal idea by having Bullmon become Monzaemon, a giant stuffed teddy bear puppet attribute Digimon. And then finally her Mega will be the giant cute pink clown rabbit Cherubimon Virtue. However, I'm sure by now you've picked up that I'm being devious with these choices. Monzaemon, while a cute looking stuffed teddy on the outside, is often hinted or outright shown to have something dark and scary inside him. There is even official art showing his zipper being pulled down and something scary peeking out from inside. Then, of course, the flip side to Cherubimon Virtue is its evil opposite, Cherubimon Vice. These two act as a great heightened representation of the two sides of Whitney. One side, a cutesy, fluffy, but strong gym leader, but the flip side to her is an immature girl who throws tantrums and refuses to hand over her gym badge when she loses. Moving on to Ecritique's Morty, honestly I think Homeboy was like the easiest pick for me on this list. He's a ghost-type gym leader whose anime Gen 2 and 4 teams solely feature the Ghastly line, and his Black and White 2 teams just fold in more ghost or dual-type ghost Pokemon. Admittedly, his Pokemon Stadium 2 teams are all over the place, but that's just because of how few ghost types there were at the time, and because Pokemon Stadium 2 just like to give gym leaders tons of random Pokemon, I guess. But I guess there was no room for the Mischievous that he had in the manga, apparently. Anyway, I'm giving him the rookie Ghostmon. It's a more recent Digimon, but fits him perfectly. And then pretty easily from there, I'll have it become Bakemon. Bakemon's name comes from Bakemono, which literally means ghost or monster in Japanese. I've then chosen the slightly unconventional Metal Phantomon as its ultimate. I did consider regular Phantomon or even Soulmon, but I chose it because it is a Reaper Digimon, which calls back to the Reaper cloth that is required to evolve Dusclops into the Dusk Noir on his HGSS rematch and Black and White 2 teams. Plus it kind of shares some visual identity with the Mismagius that is also on those teams. Kinda. Finally, I have chosen Gokumon or Reapermon in the dub, just to keep that theme going, and because I think it's one of the more interesting and underused undead Mega Digimon. Though it may feel a little bit like the Steel type is almost creeping in with these cyborg picks, so I will say I am very torn and briefly considered making his Mega Pharaohmon, to reference the Koffagrigus on his Black and White 2 team for the Challenge the Champion Lance tournament. I went with Reapermon for the more visual cohesion from Metal Phantomon, but I think Pheramon might work a little bit better overall. Let me know which one you prefer in the comments down below.
Click, we're back.
For the fighting-type gym leader of Cianwood City, Chuck, I have elected to give him the rookie Otamamon. This might seem odd at first, but it is actually a reference to his Poliwrath, which makes up most of his teams, and just for a bit of variety. Then I have chosen it to digivolve to Nanimon. He's a strong fighter and vaguely humanoid, which matches up with Pokemon like Chuck's Machamp and the Hitmons we see in his team during rematches in Black and White 2. Plus, Nanimon was originally a Tamagotchi called Oyaji. So in Nanimon, we could get to combine Digimon and Tamagotchi with this Pokemon crossover. A true monster-raising mix. Nanimon would then become Gokumon, not to be confused with Gokumon, aka Reapermon. This Beastman ape martial arts expert is a perfect homage to Chuck's Primeape and the humanoid fighting types across his teams, which would finally become the Mega Gankumon. Gankumon is just to me the embodiment of if a Digimon could be fighting type. It attacks with its fists and makes its subservient Hackmon do rigorous training alongside Systemon, posing itself as a sensei of sorts. It's also almost literally a stand user, and when I think of JoJo, I think punches.
Why exactly?
Plus, and this is kind of a funny happenstance, if we take a look at Gankumon's face, it also has a split mustache just like Chuck. Admittedly, Chuck's is much bushier. Keep the transmission steady, it's almost there. Yes, I can see them.
Hey,
hello, it's me. Future Khan. To you, it's probably been ages since we last talked, but for me, it's been mere moments. We solved the puzzle. We were looking for the truest Khan to end the Future Khan war. But then we realized, what has Khan always had on his side? You, supporting Khan with views, likes, subscriptions. Is that because today's sponsor is Buyee? Yes, and today's sponsor, Buyee. Buyee is a proxy service, getting you access to all of the goods you need from Japan, especially Digimon get anywhere. Sites like Yahoo is on the Khan. It will sign up with Buyee. Now go back and tell past Khan I sent you.
And
Jasmine of Olivine City was actually incredibly simple for me, because this Steel-type gym leader's other most prominent typing is Electric, that we see in Pokemon like her Electric Steel Magnemite, as well as the Magnezone in her HGSS rematch, and then of course the solely Electric type Sickly Amphi. As such, I have given her the Metal Empire Digimon Kakuamon. Yes, it is of course inspired by the Stag Beetle, but its actual form is meant to evoke a stun gun or taser. This I think makes it excellent to align with her Magnemite, but if you were thinking that connection was a little loose, I'm going to double down by making her champion Thunderballmon. It's a metal ball with electric attacks and a lightning bolt on its head. It works amazingly as a reference to her Magnemite, Magneton, Magnezones, and of course the Ampharos that Jasmine looks after, and even has on her team in some media. From there I had a couple choices. I initially wanted to keep her electricity dual types and went Shootmon and then Jupitermon, but I just don't think that gave enough representation to the other iconic Pokemon of Jasmine, Steelix. This giant hulking lump of steel doesn't really have any Digimon equivalent. I did consider things like the Seedramon line, but they don't fully fit Jasmine, and I might be saving one of those for later, so instead I chose to transition Thunderballmon to Metal Mamemon, its body being similar to Thunderballmon, but losing its electricity in favor of a stronger machine body, before finally becoming Machinedramon. I think Machinedramon alongside Jasmine makes a great visual match to Jasmine alongside Steelix, and is a great Digivolution for Metal Mamemon, it being a mix of a bunch of cyborg Digimon, including Metal Mamemon. Also, this is probably a stretch and just me being silly, but the thought came to me while I was writing this video, so I thought I'd say it out loud anyway. Jasmine's badge is the Mineral Badge, and a type of lubricant you use on machinery and PC parts that's also acting as a coolant is mineral oil.
Almost lost my cool there.
It's the most nebulous, tenuous, stupid connection ever. My brain thought of it, so I'm saying it out loud. Price, the Ice-type gym leader of Mahogany Town, similarly was not too difficult for me.
Allow me to break the ice.
His primary team in Gen 2 and 4 contains a Seal, Dugong, and Piloswine, with other teams including Walrein, Mamoswine, and Lapras, amongst of course a slew of other ice types to match his icy personality.
Let's kick some ice.
As such, I wanted to reference his Seal and Dugong and kind of Lapras by giving him the rookie Gomamon. Its champion form would then be Ikakumon, to continue those references but also reference Piloswine, Mamoswine, and Walrein. We're then pivoting a bit with the recent Digimon Frozamon as the ultimate, just because I think it's a far better Ice-type match than something like Zudamon, and gives some nods to the more armored Pokemon in his teams, like Glalie and Cloyster, before finally ending on Ancient Mega Theriamon, which honestly just feels like it ties together a ton of elements referenced from his teams, in some way or the other. Plus, Pryce is one of the oldest gym leaders in Pokemon, and certainly the oldest gym leader in Johto, so you could definitely jokingly refer to him as Ancient. I did consider giving him Frostvelgamon or Hexablaumon here, but it ultimately just felt like Ancient Mega Theriamon was the right choice for Pryce. I suppose you could say the price is right. End me.
Oh my god! Don't do that, don't do that. Oh my god,
And finally we have Claire, cousin to the Elite Four's Lance and the master of the Dragon Tamer clan. And indeed the Dragon-type gym leader.
Just gonna say that now, that was young Lance, and that is actually interesting. I've never seen him before.
Of Blackthorn City. Her Gen 2 team features 3 Dragonair and 1 Kingdra, but her HGSS team mixes things up by adding the not a dragon typing Gyarados. No, but obviously it visually makes sense. Especially with her cousin Lance's connection to the Lake of Rage and the Red Gyarados. For her rookie, I therefore had no choice but to give her Dracomon. It is considered the progenitor of all Dragon Digimon, which I think is a fully natural fit for our Dragon Master Gym Leader. I would then have Dracomon become Airdramon to reference her deluge of Dragonair, and even somewhat visually her Gyarados, before digivolving to the ultimate level Megadramon. This of course to keep the dragon theme going, but with its orange body being reminiscent of her HGSS rematch team members in Dragonite and Charizard. But also I can kinda see it acting as a bit of a reference to some Pokemon she has in black and white, namely her Druddigon, both of them having a different headpiece that's a different colour to their body if you will. And then finally her Mega will be Giga Seadramon. Firstly, I just love the idea of Megadramon becoming Giga Seadramon. Really feels like an excellent step up, but then of course we get an opportunity to really pay homage to the water-type dragon and dragon-adjacent members of her teams, such as her Pokemon Master Sync partner, and staple of many of her teams, Kingdra, and of course her Gyarados. And those are my picks for Digimon partners for the Johto Gym Leaders. Please do subscribe to this channel and make sure to like the video and leave a comment down below to let me know which Pokemon characters you would like to see me give Digimon partners next. Huge thank you.
Alright, and that's where we're going to leave off with today's video. So, I want you all to remember to like, comment, subscribe for more. Down in the description will be a link to the original video. So, remember to support the original creator and all they do. And I'll see all of you folks next time. So, have a good one.